right. So there's this website that I like to go to. It's called Listverse. I check it periodically, and I actually get excited when I realize I haven't checked it for like a week or two, because it's a website that's full of top 10 lists. And the thing that's kind of cool about this website is that it's all contributors that submit their topics. Somebody looks over what they do and makes sure that it's um, accurate. Like there's a vetting process that it goes to. It's pretty unbiased. I've seen a lot of different takes and ideologies and things, I guess, for lack of a better term, on this website. But the one thing that I wanted to share of this website, I don't know, can you see the screen here?
Yes.
10 of the most absurd and idiotic deaths ever recorded. So let's
I love this.
So let's get right into it. Number 10 was Matthew Webb, RIP. Professional swimmer. I'm not going to read through it all, but basically with this guy, it sounds like he was one of the he was the first man to swim the English Channel. So what he did was he wanted to swim across the base of Niagara Falls. So he tried to do that and jumped out of the ferry, and he was sucked into a whirlpool, and 4 days later his body was found. Not a very smart move for our friend Matthew Webb there.
Let me stop you really quick.
Yeah.
A long time ago, when I was a kid, I was still living at my parents' house before I went to college or anything. I don't remember how long ago this was, but I remember they were watching something, and it was like this guy talking about, like, he was at Niagara Falls, and he was telling his parents somebody could survive that jump, and then he fucking jumped over the falls, and he survived it.
What? Holy shit.
And I don't know what his name was. This was a long fucking time ago, like 18 years ago when we watched this. But this dude, I think he was just suicidal. Why? I mean, I wasn't there. It was on TV. It was on TV talking about it. But this dude jumped off and survived jumping from the top down in Niagara Falls. So that's crazy that other dude died just trying to swim across it, when another dude who wasn't a professional swimmer jumped off of it and lived. I think he broke half his bones in his body, but
yeah, the first guy, like that guy apparently was the first one to swim the English Channel, and Niagara Falls fucked him. And that's crazy that it's weird how that works out, man. The guy just did it, and it was just
not that he swam across it, but he jumped down the entire thing.
Mm-hmm. So I apologize too. This website has gotten more and more ad heavy over the years, but it's maintained its core, which is delivering these top 10 lists. But when I first started going to this, there wasn't as many of these ads embedded in it, but there is now. So apologize for that. But this number, and I'm apologizing for something that's not even my fault. Great job, Luke.
That's what you should do.
Yeah. Sorry. So Pausanias, it sounds like this guy, he was a Spartan, and let's see what this genius did. It looks like he became a general after the death of his uncle, King Leonidas. Everyone's heard of him, right? And let's see. Despite twice being found innocent of treason, it got to the point where authorities sent forces to arrest him. He thought he could outsmart rather than outrun them, so he fled to a temple. And instead of entering the temple, let's see, the Spartans. So he went to the temple thinking that, knowing that they couldn't go in because it was sacred. So the Spartans just sealed up the entrance and basically that's
Waited for him to
brutal, man.
die.
They're like,
Just
wait, we
starved
can't
him to
go in.
death.
Yeah. They're like, we can't go in. So I guess we just block him off. And he's just so he essentially fled to his own tomb. Good job.
That would be horrible,
Wow.
dude.
Yeah.
Starving to death.
And that was a smart idea, but
I
the thing he
guess,
didn't,
but not really.
well, the thing he didn't consider is that he was a Spartan, and Spartans, like, what do they do best? Like, they're a bunch of
Murder people.
badasses. Yes. So they're just like, how do we murder this guy without being disrespectful to
We'll just
the
never
temple?
let him leave.
Yep. Oh man. So I don't even know what the hell this name is. Gruffy's Llewellyn, I guess. So it sounds like this guy, he was a bastard child. His father wanted to form an alliance, and he was imprisoned. So basically what he did, and many people have done this before that I've heard of, but he wanted to try to get out, so he made a rope out of bed sheets, and it broke, and he fell to his death.
How high up was he?
It doesn't really say, but apparently high enough to die.
Apparently.
Draco, possibly the most notorious Greek lawmaker and ruler. Never heard of him. He was very brutal, strict laws. Looks like he was punished people pretty hardcore. So it looks like he died, or it says died around 1600 BC in a theater. There was a standing ovation at the end of the speech, and the audience threw hats and clothing at him. But there was so many hats and cloaks thrown over him that he suffocated to death. They threw so many hats and cloaks on him that he suffocated to death.
How does that even happen?
I don't know.
How many people do you need right there to throw their coats on you for you not to just walk away?
Yeah. Are you like, whoa, fuck, oh shit, like, because yeah,
was it like a street performance where everybody just kept walking by and putting their shit on you so you couldn't leave?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense, because I would think after 5 coats that are thrown at you and hats, like,
you'd walk away.
You'd be going, wow, this is kind of getting out of hand a little bit.
Fuck this. He died around 600 BC. They didn't have the common sense to just turn away.
They're like, no, Draco, just stay there, and he's just like, okay, yeah. He the one of the most brutal, like, he's like apparently this lawmaker and brutal guy, and he didn't have the sense to walk away when hats and coats were being thrown at him.
All right, so Sir Arthur Aston.
Yeah, Sir Arthur Ashton, royalist during the British Civil War. It looks like he lost his leg, so he had a wooden leg, and basically he was defending. Looks like he was defending an area on a battlefield, and he got caught, and they beat him to death with his own wooden leg. That's a pretty horrible way to go out. Your own wooden leg.
Is it worse than hats and coats?
Oh. No, I don't think so. I think that's,
at least he was defending something. The other guy He just died on stage.
Yeah, that could be the stupidest one so far. The hats and coats. This next guy, Heraclitus. I'm butchering the names here. So it sounds like this guy, another ancient philosopher, he developed a condition that caused swelling due to fluid retention. So he thought that if he stayed hot, the water would evaporate. And apparently during this process, he decided to bury himself in cow shit, and it did not work. And according to Laertius, he was unable to tear off the dung and died. Well, yeah, no shit.
Clement
Vallandigham.
Sounds like a name you and Bjorn would have made up, like Dundas Montgomery.
Yeah, like there's a town, there's an exit that for the town of Clement and the town of Vallandigham. That's how that Dundas Montgomery name got figured out, was from that. So apparently this guy was in a bar fight, and let's see, the night following the argument, the lawyer conducted his own experiment with the pistol. So he was a lawyer. Okay, so he was a lawyer defending someone who was in a bar fight, and he was given the gun as evidence, and he argued that in the rest of the brawl that this person he was defending accidentally, or this person that I can't really tell if it was defending or not, had accidentally shot himself. So it looks like he was trying to prove a point, and wait a minute here. Vallandigham put a pistol in his pocket as Myers had, so he was trying to demonstrate what happened, turned it toward himself and pulled the trigger. What he hadn't realized was that instead of using Myers' unloaded gun, he'd actually grabbed his own pistol. Oh shit. So
he accidentally shot himself.
He had his own gun as well, and he accidentally shot and killed himself while trying to demonstrate that Myers accidentally shot and killed himself.
Here's a pro tip. Every time you pick up a gun, check if it's loaded.
Check if it's loaded and get rid of any other. Yeah, and get rid of every variable that could cause it to go from unloaded to loaded. Like when I clean my guns, I make sure my ammo is nowhere in the same room.
Even if I pick up a gun, I'll check it. And then if I give it to you, I'll clear it and make sure there's nothing in there, even though there's obviously nothing in there. And it's really just instilling in your brain that you always check no matter what.
Yeah.
No matter what, dude. Don't be stupid with guns.
And if I don't see, if someone's handing me a gun and I don't see that it has been cleared with my own eyes, I will either clear it myself or ask that person to show me 100%.
Oh, yeah. Do that.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Even if you pick it up and you're like, it's not loaded, it's never loaded. Make sure it's not loaded.
Yep.
Because NDs happen to the best of us. You know what I mean?
It's happened to several people I know. Not
me
you,
too.
not myself, but
no, it's happened to me.
Oh, really?
It's happened to me. I'm not gonna get into that story right now, but it's happened to me. And the only dude I was working at the gun store when it happened. And then I was talking to my buddy and we just started talking about NDs. And he did the same shit that I did when I was in the military. But after he got out, he went and contracted. So he's more badass than I was, right? And he worked with like special forces dudes when he was contracting all the time. And he did it for years and years and years. And then our general manager also did like some SF type of shit. And we pinpointed it that it all happened to the three of us within a week.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Within a week. It's
not crazy.
It's not acceptable to happen at all, but it's definitely not acceptable to happen twice to anybody.
Yeah.
To anybody. And it happens to a lot of people, dude.
Yeah, it happens more than you'd think. And it's
And it makes you feel really fucking dumb when it happens.
oh,
Really fucking dumb.
You told me I like I feel dumb because like now that I'm thinking about it more, you have told me that story, so I do know it. Yeah. Yeah. I remember you telling me.
Don't
I
let
think
it happen. I feel dumb saying it in front of everybody, but dude, it happens to so many people who are legit people. You
yeah.
know? So
It's all the people that it's happened to have all been legit people who I would consider responsible gun owners. Not even kidding.
not even responsible gun owners, but like operators.
Yeah.
It fucking happens to legit dudes, you know? So just check it all the time. Just check it all the time.
Religiously.
Yes. And just instill that in your brain. Because if it happens at like a bad moment, you don't know what's going to happen if it accidentally goes off. You know, thankfully mine was in a safe environment, you know, because at least even though that it happened to me, it was in this pointed in the right directions. It was like a safe area. It was everything that was going on was a safe direction, was a safe time, but it still happened. So at least though, even though I was an idiot when it happened, all the other rules were in my brain when it happened. You know
Do you
what I
think?
mean?
Yes. Like now I'm kind of curious. Do you think if a landing ham proved his point? I don't think he did. I think he died before he was able to. Everyone was probably horrified.
Yeah, probably.
But no, you're right, man. Yeah, that's a very, very good lesson. You can't drum it into people's heads enough. You know, it just always needs to be in the back of your mind whenever you're picking up a firearm, whenever you're handed a firearm. Make sure that you go through those steps.
Yeah, because I'm confident
Absolutely.
enough to say that I'm better than most with guns.
Yeah,
And it
me
happened
too.
to me. And even
Yeah.
though it happened to me, I know guys who are better with guns than I am, and it happened to them. So I'm sharing my stupidity with everybody for them to recognize it could happen to you too. Don't let it happen to you.
Do not. But
we got a minute and a half. Let's get through this.
okay, so this next guy, the Sigurd the Mighty, his deal was that he was in a battle and it looks like he had taken the teeth of a corpse and he scratched his leg on the teeth, which caused an infection, and he died.
Yeah, he was a Viking and he was fucking ripping around. I didn't even read that, but I know the story. He had the head of it and he was whipping around because he was victorious in the battle or whatever. But when he came around, the head hit his leg and the teeth cut his leg and he got an infection that killed himself.
So note to self.
Don't just be careful around guns. Be careful around decapitated heads as well. Because they'll infect you and kill you. All right, we have less than a minute.
Okay, so we'll go through these real quick. This next guy, another Niagara Falls guy. So he was a stuntman and he actually successfully went over the Niagara Falls, but he got a broken jaw and 2 broken kneecaps. And so he survived that. But in 1926, he slipped onto orange peel and got gangrene. Nice. And he ended up dying from gangrene. So, and this last guy, Franz Reichelt, it looks like that he was sharing again. There we go. Oh, is it enabled to share?
It is now.
Okay. All right. So this last guy, Franz Reichelt, It looks like he was an inventor and a tailor, and he created a parachute suit, and he tested it by jumping off the Eiffel Tower. And they wanted him to use a mannequin, but he used himself.
I love
it was a complete failure. I wonder how long this video is, because I wonder if they actually show this happening. Oh, here we go.
Oh, fucking right.
Look at him.
He just has a bunch of coats. He just has a bunch of coats hooked up to him. Dude, this ain't gonna work.
I wonder if he got them from the stage of the stage of the guy that got suffocated by them. Oh, here he goes. Dude, that was so bad. Let's see that again.
Oh man, Franz, that didn't work.
What are you doing? Why?
They're like, we should test this first, and he's like, no, I got it.
I got it. Bam.
Fuck, dude.
Bam. Oh my gosh. Okay.
That's brutal.
That's enough. That is bad.
Hey, don't let me forget, on Tuesday I can wear pants.